gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Following a search in DeKalb County tonight for the person accused of shooting and killing a woman on I-285. This was the scene just before midnight last night near the La Vista Road exit. Officers say they found a woman in her 30s dead from multiple gunshot wounds. Right now, they say the evidence indicates the gunman was likely inside the car with the woman at the time of the shooting. We checked in with police in just the last 2 hours. They say they do not have any additional information about a potential suspect at this time.
Police are looking for the shooter who killed this mother of four and then left her in a car on the side of a highway. Investigators found her on 285 South, right near the La Vista Road exit in DeKalb County. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez spoke to the victim's family today.
It's hard to imagine that someone would kill a woman and just leave her here on the side of 285. I spent the day searching for that woman's family. I finally spoke to her oldest daughter.
One of the most genuine people. Like, she cared a lot. She cared, of course, too much sometimes for the wrong people.
Dorian Bennett, who went by the name Sky, was a 34-year-old mother of four who took great care of her kids, according to her oldest daughter.
My mom was a leader. Like, everybody looked up to her. She was just herself. She wasn't arrogant. She was just so humble and she had a beautiful soul.
So, yeah, I mean, guys, you see what is going on, okay? It doesn't matter, women, children, they are targets, okay? I mean, this thing has gone way past the point of return. We are now in the slaughter era, as I call it, okay? Anybody can get it.
Late Wednesday night, police found Sky shot to death in a car here on 285 southbound at the La Vista Road exit. Investigators believe whoever shot her was in the car with her at one point. Her children don't know who would do this to their mom. The oldest daughter told me a DeKalb County detective called her, and at first she thought it was some sort of horrible prank.
He kind of like took his time saying it because he couldn't like just say it straight out on the phone, so he took his time, and once he got it out and we realized what he said, it took his time saying it because he couldn't like just say it straight out on the phone, so he took his time, and once he got it out and we realized what he said, it was just like a breakdown moment, like in front of my school.
The family was caught off guard by the murder and said they had no insurance, so they had to start a GoFundMe page to bury their mom.
Damn, and this is what's happening all across the community. You know, you would think that we would rush to the life insurance companies and get a policy because life is short, and you know, living fast, dying young in the mentality. But when you're living this fast, there is no forethought toward your death. So very unfortunate situation. They don't have life insurance or any type of insurance to pay for funeral expenses, man. This is the like I said, we're living in the slaughter era. These super gremlins are on demon time.
She was a make it happen type of person, so the fact that we had to ask for handouts or ask people or ask strangers for money because it happened so sudden and so soon and just like off guard, it was just, it kind of hurts me and my siblings because we just know, like, we never thought we would be in a predicament.
If you know anything about this shooting, you are urged to call Crime Stoppers. The victim's children age and range from 11 to 17. If you'd like to help the family, just go to our website, WSBTV.com. Look for links mentioned on 2. We're in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes, outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said, I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all kill me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
All right, guys. So the next story that I wanted to cover was of a good friend of mine, actually, who apparently was murdered in Atlanta. Okay, my guy Derek Alexander, he ran a business, okay, a clothing company called Nina May Ama, and you know, I met him around the same time I started my car rental business, which I'm actually about to dissolve. But about a year and a half ago, maybe, you know, he was a cool dude, in my opinion. I know that he, you know, would get into it with some other guys that we were hanging around, but, you know, he's a good dude overall. He definitely had the plug on the moves, okay, what the move was, and, you know, he had club connects, and he also, you know, had connects with a lot of bottle girls in the city. So he was definitely doing his thing. He, you know, as you can see, he was always around beautiful women in the club, whatnot. But then I saw this post today. It says, again, we are asking if anyone has information about who Derek was going to meet on Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. Your information would be very appreciated. I want to make it very clear that neither the detective nor myself are interested in implicating anyone else in what they do in their spare time. We are only trying to find answers of who did this. So this is what I'm going to have to say, okay? It's a very sad story. Obviously, link the Crime Stoppers. And if you guys know anything, speak up. I personally don't know. What I do know is, you know, Derek, he, you know, I mean, he had a little, he had some side hustles. And what I've told you guys about having these side hustles, especially in a major metropolitan area, you cannot, under any circumstances, do business with these super gremlins on demon time. Like, seriously, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. I know people want to be the plug. I know people want to, you know, be, yeah, all, you know, look at the shirt, you know, pay your plug back. You know, all this plug stuff, man. Is it really worth it at the end of the day, right? Is it really worth it, especially dealing with these super gremlins? I understand if you're dealing with like preppy college kids or whatever. But once you cross that line and try and supply the hood, then it's OV. You're probably going to get killed quickly, if not faster, okay? Whether you get involved with the op culture or you just serve the wrong super gremlin, it's bound to happen, especially when you are dealing that white, okay? And if you guys don't know what that white is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, cocaine. But anyways, the reason why they put out this statement saying, and I haven't been in contact with the family, and I'm not saying that I knew his family and all this. I just knew him, okay? I didn't know his family and all that kind of stuff. I knew Derek. We kicked it multiple times. He was a good dude. From my dealings, I had a homeboy who fell out with him and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, in my opinion, he was cool. But yeah, man, it's a very sad situation. But they said, I want to make it very clear that neither the detective nor myself are interested in implicating anyone else in what they do in their spare time. We are only trying to find answers of who did this. So basically that means if you are a plug, if you did deal, I mean, let's keep it a buck. If you dealt drugs with Derek or copped from him or sold to him, whatever, can you help us? That's what his family is asking. So, you know, me personally, I didn't have any illicit business with Derek. I just pulled up to the apartment one time because he said they were throwing a pool party. So I pulled up and his apartment was lit. They had a nice pool. What are those apartments? I don't even remember what those apartments were called, but I think it's the MAO Linux. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I mean, really nice apartments. They were cooking out on Memorial Day, I think. I went to the party. That's where I met Derek. And then, you know, we had chilled a couple times after that. We connected on social media. We said we were going to work. We were going to do a photo shoot. I even got DMs from him still, because he wanted to send me a t-shirt. Let me see if I can find that. I mean, I'm not saying that we were the closest of friends, right? But we were cool. And I saw what he was doing business-wise. No cap. I mean, the shit that he was sending me to, I mean, honestly, I can't even share our messages, honestly, because I don't want to go deeper into, you know, putting his business out there. But, you know, he was my man was a businessman, and everybody that he met, he sent his inventory, if you will. And I just politely declined and said, hey, you know, I'm not into that kind of stuff, but, you know, if you want to send me a t-shirt, whatever. So I mean, he was walking a very tight rope, especially doing business with Supergirl. I always told him, I said, bro, you cannot trust these Atlanta ninjas. I told him straight up, and I wasn't holding back. Okay. And he, you know, he laughed it off and whatnot. He actually played soccer overseas. I'm not sure where, but somewhere in Europe. But anyways, let's read this article. Derek Alexander's death. Nina Mayama owner Derek Alexander passed away suddenly. Derek, a resident of Atlanta, Georgia, was announced dead today, Friday, the 21st of April, 2023. He had a funny and unique personality and was never afraid to show it, and his friends loved that about him. He was described by his friends as someone always ready for a laugh. Thoughts and prayers are with his family during this difficult time. There was no cause of death reported for Derek Alexander at this time of the publication. But we already know that it was a homicide. Was born in Riverdale, Georgia, living in Atlanta, graduated from Georgia State. Former employee at RFC Weeb Effort. He was the owner of Nina Mayama. Despite his prosperity, his humility and ideals remain constant. He continually valued relationships over achievements, and many of his most lasting ties were built through his business ventures. I mean, yes, okay. His extensive network of close friends built over the course of his career attest to his unwavering commitment of doing the right thing, treating others fairly. Derek was a man with a strong will and quick wit, but many would argue that his enormous heart was his most remarkable aspect of him. He was always the first to shed a tear of emotion. Derek was the type of person who would assist people without asking for anything in return. And he really was generous. You know, when I pulled up to his crib, he was super generous. Offered us, you know, drink, food, whatever. You know, other party favors that we politely denied, because me and my guys, we don't do that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, it's just really sad what happened to the homie. This is his clothing brand. This is his clothing brand. As you can see, the website, super dope. Pay a plug back, obviously. So, I mean, it kind of tells you the mindset. I mean, I'm not trying to tear his character down, because he was a good guy. But, dude, you can't do business, illegal business, with Super Gremlins. Now, if it's legit and all that kind of stuff, cool. Legal business with Super Gremlins, absolutely not. All right, so here's more of his Facebook. I mean, not much to go off of here. Obviously, like I said, he knew everybody, man. He really knew a lot of people. And obviously, there's him playing soccer. And I think, man, you know, this is 2016, and he definitely had a glow up as well. But just watching the growth from a young child to like grown, and these are the apartments that I met him at. And yes, he was a ladies' man for sure. Man. But like I said, dude, I told him, bro, and I'm not trying to be an I told you so ass ninja, but I did tell bro, yo, you gotta watch who, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch who you around. You can't be serving these super. I just told him straight up, hey, bro, you can't sell drugs. I mean, you can't sell drugs to Atlanta ninjas. None. None, bro, unless you're black. Now, the risk decreases if you're black, because they're less likely to try you if you look hard. But let's keep it a buck, especially in the drug game. Black guys don't respect white people in the drug game. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep it a buck. And like I said, I'm not trying to tear his character down. You know, everybody got a little side hustle in the A, right? But black men do not respect white guys in the drug game, or women in the drug game, but specifically white guys. So as you can see, sorry, I wanted to go back to that Payo plug back promo picture. Let's see if we can get that back up here. So look at the Payo plug back promo picture. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds of weed in the Payo plug back promo picture. I mean, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, man? I specifically, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm driving this in, but I'm trying to get it through you guys' thick skulls. Black men do not respect white boys in the drug game. They will kill you over drugs. I mean, and it don't matter if it's an eighth of weed, or, you know, 8 pounds of weed, or an eighth of cocaine, or, you know, 8 pounds of cocaine. It doesn't matter. 4 kilos, whatever you want to call it. Black guys do not respect white people, specifically white boys in the drug game. They don't. And they will kill you over drugs. Small amount, big amount, either way. I told him this. I genuinely, bro. Man, I wish I had the Facebook back up. But when we was that same pool that I showed you, we were chilling at the pool. There were definitely baddies around. And I was talking to him, and you know, he was telling me what he had going on, and I'm just like, in Atlanta? I mean, I was just telling him. He was like, nah, bro, be honest. I was like, bro, you shouldn't sell to fill in the blank. You shouldn't sell to Atlanta ninjas. In Atlanta, you should not, as a white boy. Now, if you're black, it's a whole different story, like I said. Okay? But as a white boy, no, man. That was his fatal flaw. And I think he got way too deep. And he was not watching my videos, unfortunately. So he was not aware that these super gremlins are on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.